All right, buckle up, everybody, because today we are diving deep into some research, and I think you're going to find it pretty interesting. It's all about the best possible type of exercise if you want to lower your blood pressure, that is.
Yeah, this goes way beyond your typical, strength training or your cardio. This is some really new data kind of shaking things up.
Oh, I love that. Shaking things up is good. So we're working with a YouTube video today, right?
Right.
From Dr. Jeffrey Peng.
Yes.
Awesome. And he really lays out this research. I got to say, I'm kind of hooked already. I want to know more.
Yeah, for sure. So what Dr. Peng really dives into here is a network meta-analysis.
Mm-hmm.
And basically that means they compared all these different workout types head to head. And the winner, well, it wasn't exactly what a lot of people expected.
Suspense. I love it. Okay, I'm on the edge of my seat. What is this unexpected winner?
Isometric exercise training.
Isometric training?
Really? It's not, as flashy as HIIT or running a marathon or something.
Yeah.
But the data's there.
Wow. So we're talking like planks, wall sits, that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Those static holds.
Huh. I usually just kind of throw those in at the end, as a little extra. I never thought they could be so powerful, especially for blood pressure.
Yeah. And the research shows it was almost twice as effective at lowering both your systolic and diastolic blood pressure compared to, some of those more popular workouts we were just talking about. That's a pretty significant difference.
That's huge. Okay, I'm definitely intrigued. Now, I need the practical details. What does this isometric training actually look like if I want to try it?
Okay, so the studies that Dr. Peng talks about, they really focused on three main exercises. You got your wall sits, isometric leg extensions, and the hand grips. So
Yeah.
you could pick one or you could kind of, mix and match. But it looks like wall sits, at least based on what we know so far, are the most effective.
Cool. Good to know. And okay, let's talk time commitment because let's be real, most people are busy. It's hard to find the time to work out. What are we looking at here?
Well, and that's actually one of the best parts, I think. It's incredibly efficient time-wise. We're talking 4 sets of 2-minute contractions each with little breaks in between. That's like 10 to 15 minutes a few times a week. That's it.
Wait, hold on. So we're not even talking 30 minutes. Not even close.
Nope. Significantly less than what's usually recommended for most other types of exercise.
All right, now that's a workout routine I can actually get on board with. Short, sweet, and it works. Sign me up. But hold on, back up a second. I need details. How do I actually DO these exercises?
Right. Well, let's break them down step by step. We want to make sure we're doing them right, safely, and effectively. So let's start with those hand grips.
Okay, hand grips, I'm ready.
So you could use a dumbbell or even a massage ball, or like if you don't have any of that, you could even use a towel. Just roll it up.
Okay, got it.
And the key here is you want to be squeezing like 30 to 50% of your max force.
30 to 50%. How do I even know what that feels like?
Yeah, I know. It's kind of vague.
Little.
Think about it like this. Squeezing as hard as you possibly can. That's like 100%, right?
Right.
So dial it back to maybe about a third or half of that.
Yeah.
You want it to be challenging, but you got to be able to hold it for 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Okay.
And like, imagine you're holding a conversation. You should still be able to talk while you're doing it.
Okay, that makes sense. So 2 minutes per hand, twice for each hand with some rest in between. All right, I think I got that one down. What about those leg extensions? How do we do those?
All right, so for these, you're going to want to sit in a chair, back nice and straight, legs raised, keep your knees almost straight.
Almost straight.
Yeah, and hold that, engaging those quads for, you guessed it, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And the straighter your legs are, the more those quads are going to be working, so.
Ooh, I can feel the burn already just thinking about it. So same kind of effort level as the hand grip, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
30 to 50% of your max, 4 sets total. Don't forget those breaks.
I'm writing this all down. Okay, let's talk wall sits.
All right, so this is where things get real. Okay. You're going to lean flat against the wall, feet shoulder width apart,
All right.
and then you slowly lower yourself down until you hit that angle you can hold for, you guessed it, 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Okay, I'm sensing a theme here,
Yeah.
and this is important. Make sure your knees are right above your ankles. Don't let them go past your toes.
Yes, absolutely. Very important for safety.
Okay, so we're talking 2 minutes, 4 sets. Got it. But say, you're feeling really strong. You want to make this a little more challenging. Can you, step it up a notch?
Oh, absolutely. If you want to kick it up a notch, you can lower yourself down more. So you're aiming for like a 90-degree angle between your hips and your knees, I mean.
Ooh, yeah.
Talk about a quad burner.
That sounds intense. Okay, so we got the moves. But before we dive into the science, like why all this works, let's recap real quick. So number 1, These isometric exercises, surprisingly effective for lowering blood pressure.
Yes.
And number two, this whole routine is super doable no matter how busy you are. You can fit it in.
For sure.
But before we, get too carried away, there's one really important detail I think we need to talk about.
Yes, absolutely.
So it's important to remember that everyone is different.
Oh, for sure.
What works for one person isn't necessarily going to be the magic solution for someone else.
Yeah, absolutely.
So while this research on isometrics is, really promising, it's not like a one-size-fits-all kind of thing.
Right.
It's more like adding a tool to your toolbox, right?
Exactly.
But like any tool, you got to know how to use it properly. And safely, of course.
For sure.
So it's always, always a good idea to talk to your doctor before you start any new exercise program, especially if you have, any health conditions you're dealing with already.
Yep. They can help you figure out if it's a good fit for you and how it all kind of fits together with, the rest of your plan.
Exactly, because, healthy living isn't just about exercise.
Oh, no, definitely not.
Right. It's about diet, managing your stress, how well you sleep. All that stuff plays a role, especially when it comes to blood pressure.
Right. It's all connected. It's finding that balance where everything is working together.
Yeah. It's like a whole ecosystem.
Exactly. So out of all this, what stands out to you the most? What's really caught your attention?
Honestly, it's just how simple this all is. Like, the fact that something as basic as holding a wall sit could have such a big impact on my health, that's crazy to me.
I know.
Like, mind-blowing, almost.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Something really cool about that, It just shows you the power of our bodies to heal and all.
That's a great point. Well, this has been a fascinating deep dive, I gotta say. I hope everyone listening is, feeling as empowered as I am right now to take control of their health.
Yeah, for sure. And remember, this is just the start, right? There's so much more to learn. We definitely encourage you to do your own research, see what else is out there about isometrics, all the cool stuff they can do.
That's a good idea. Maybe we should do a follow-up episode down the line,
Yeah.
Dive even deeper into the world of isometrics.
Absolutely. I'm in.
All right. So until then, everyone, keep those muscles working and those minds curious.
Yes. Stay curious, everyone. Keep learning.
But before we, send everyone off to become isometric experts,
Yeah.
there's one more thing I wanted to touch on. It's the science behind all of this, like, why are these isometric exercises so effective? What's actually going on in the body?
Right. That's a great question. And, to be honest, researchers are still figuring that out. It's kind of like a bit of a medical mystery still.
Oh, a mystery. I like it.
But there's some pretty interesting theories out there. Like one idea is that these long muscle contractions, they could be helping your blood vessels work better, kind of making them more elastic.
Oh, interesting.
So they can regulate blood flow more efficiently.
So it's like you're giving your circulatory system a yoga class.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not just about building muscle. It's like you're actually improving the pipes of your body,
I love that. The plumbing.
Yeah. And then there's another theory that's all about the nervous system.
Okay.
So isometric exercise, it might actually be triggering some changes that lower your overall stress response, which, as we know, plays a big role in blood pressure.
It's like a double whammy.
Right. Working on the structure and the control system.
I like it. Now, I have a question. Is there any research looking at, what's happening at the muscle fiber level?
Ooh, that's a good question. And yeah, actually, some researchers think the types of muscle fibers you're engaging with isometrics might be a big part of this whole thing.
Okay, wait, back up. Remind me about the different types of muscle fibers. It's been a while since biology class.
Okay, so you got your fast twitch fibers, which are all about power and speed.
Yeah.
Those are the ones you use when you sprint.
Right.
And then you've got your slow twitch fibers. Those are the ones that help you go the distance, like think marathon running.
Got it. So where do isometrics fit in?
Well, isometric exercises, they mainly use those slow twitch fibers.
Okay.
And some scientists are thinking those slow twitch fibers, they might have a more direct connection to how your blood pressure is regulated.
Interesting. So it's not just about working hard. It's about working smart and targeting the right kind of muscle fibers.
Exactly. It's all about strategy.
I like it, but it sounds like, there's still a lot we don't know.
Oh, absolutely. It's complicated for sure, and there's a ton more research to be done, but that's what makes it so exciting. We're learning so much, and it's like we're on the verge of figuring out all these new ways to improve our health.
It's like discovering all these hidden superpowers inside us. I love that. So for our listeners out there who are thinking, okay, this is cool and all, but How does this apply to my life? What's the takeaway here?
I think the big takeaway is we need to kind of rethink how we view exercise. You don't always need to be doing these super intense workouts to get results, especially when it comes to blood pressure. Something as simple as isometrics can be really, really effective.
And like Dr. Peng said, you don't need any fancy equipment or a gym membership or anything. You can do these exercises anywhere, anytime.
Exactly, exactly. It gives people options and, more control over their own health.
That's so important. I'm a big believer in that. So what do you think? Should we challenge our listeners to give isometrics a try?
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 3 times a week for 4 weeks. See what happens.
Yeah, that's a good challenge. Track their blood pressure, how they're feeling overall. It's like a personal science experiment.
Really?
You could even have them, share their results with us. Maybe they'll discover something new.
Yeah.
Who knows? All right. Well, this has been an awesome deep dive. It's really got me thinking differently about my workouts.
You too. Me too.
And I hope it's inspired everyone listening to, take charge of their health, try
Yeah.
something new.
Yeah. Keep those muscles engaged and those minds curious.
Well said. We'll see you all next time for another deep dive.
See ya.